Welcome to Candlewick Library. I'm Cheryl. Today I'm sharing the books I plan on reading in July. I am going to try to take part a little bit in Jane Austen July this year, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do every prompt. So I'm going to talk about the books I want to read in July. Some of them will be Jane Austen related and some will not be. The group read for Jane Austen July is Emma. That really worked out well because I have not read Emma in a very long time. I've only read it one time and it was, I don't even remember how long ago it was, but I did not like it. I didn't like Emma herself. I just didn't end up enjoying the story. So as of right now, Emma is my least favorite Jane Austen. Most of the people I know, it seems to be one of their top 2 or 3 favorite Jane Austen books. So I knew that I needed to give it another chance. So I am planning on reading Emma along with the Jane Austen July schedule, which I think is two chapters a day. And for their prompts, number 1 is to read one of the main 6 novels. So that will count for that. The second prompt is something by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels. And for that, I'm going to be reading Praying with Jane. I'm going to be reading this all month long. This is another devotional book by Rachel Dodge, and I've talked about her devotional books on here before. I've really enjoyed every single one of them that I've done. This one is 31 Days Through the Prayers of Jane Austen. Based on the introduction, it says that besides her novels, she left us 3 beautiful prayers. Jane's sister Cassandra treasured these prayers, folded them together, and inscribed them with the words, "Prayers composed by my ever dear sister Jane, to be kept safe for future generations." So I'm really excited to go through that. And then number 3 is a nonfiction work about Jane Austen or her time. For that, I'm planning on reading Jane Austen's Bookshelf by Rebecca Romney, a rare book collector's quest to find the women writers who shaped a legend. And this book has been on my TBR for a really long time. I've seen it reviewed by a few people recently, and the things that they have said have made me want to read it more. So I finally got it and knew that it would be perfect for Jane Austen July, and I am going to be buddy reading this with Anne from In Search of Wonder as well. Number 4 is a retelling of a Jane Austen book or a work of historical fiction set in Jane Austen's time. I probably won't be doing that one unless a book comes up or I think of one that I want to read. Maybe I'll see one on somebody else's video or something that I hadn't thought of, but I don't have one in mind for that yet. Number 5, a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen published between 1775 and 1817. Same thing with this. I don't have anything planned. I may or may not do this one. Number 6 is watch a direct screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book. And so I do plan on watching Emma. I think that with the Jane Austen July people, they're going to be watching the new Emma from a few years ago. And I haven't seen that. So once I've read the book, then I will watch it. I might watch one of the older adaptations as well, depending on how much I like that adaptation. And then number 7, watch a modern screen adaptation retelling of a Jane Austen book. It would be really tempting to watch Clueless after reading Emma, with that being a modern, well, in the 90s, modern adaptation of Emma. And I really loved Clueless back then, but I did watch it, I think about a year or 2 ago. So I'm not sure if I care about watching it again now. So I may or may not watch that, but I probably will watch Austenland. So it's not necessarily a retelling of Jane Austen. It was a book where a girl goes to a place in England where they pretend to be living in a Jane Austen book. And the movie of it, I think, is even better than the book. And I love that movie, and I have not watched it this year. So I might watch that one. And that's all of the prompts for Jane Austen July. So for sure, I'll be reading those 3 books and at least watching one movie, probably 2. And then I have a few other books that aren't Jane Austen related. So the first one is for my Inklings with my mom, and that is 3 Words for Goodbye. And this is by Hazel Gaynor and Heather Webb. My mom and I have really enjoyed the books that we've read together that were co-authored by these 2 women. And so I know my mom has already started reading it and she's enjoyed it. So I don't know if she's finished it. I can't remember if she said she did or not. It looks like it's going to be a World War II historical fiction. So I'm for sure going to be reading that. And then in July, it will be on to volume 7 of Emma M. Lyon. And then I'm going to be buddy reading Come Back to Me by Jody Headland with Charlene at Coffee and a Book. Every month she has a book that she is reading, and she has been having co-hosts read the book along with her and then do a live show. And so she did ask me to do that with her, and I thought this book sounded good. So I asked her if I could do it with this one. And it has medieval times and time travel. It just sounds very interesting. And then I'll be doing that live show with her toward the end of July or beginning of August. And then the last one I know for sure will be Chronicles of Avonlea by L.M. Montgomery. This is the one that will be on for July in Chantel's read along all year long. And this is just a collection of short stories, basically vignettes, little stories along the way. This is the copy I've had since I was a kid. It's so fun to see, like, the little $3.99 there on the back. I have quite a collection of Lucy Montgomery books. I think I've shown them on here before. I did a video a couple of years ago. I got every book that I could possibly get my hands on by her when I was a kid and read them all. A lot of the short story collections are my least favorite books by her, just because I enjoy the novels more. But I still find them to be fun. And if you ever watch the Road to Avonlea show, the Chronicles of Avonlea and further Chronicles of Avonlea books, you'll see some of the storylines from the show up in those short stories. So that's kind of fun. And it's been a while since I've read that one. So I am looking forward to that. It's not as ambitious of a TBR as I've had some of the last few months. So that's it. I would love to hear if you're doing any books for Jane Austen July this year. And if you are, what books you're going to be reading and what things you're going to be taking part in. I will, at some point in the next couple of weeks, I will have a video up that is a wrap up of the books I've read in June. And then at the end of the month, I will have the live show with Charlene and an announcement video. But other than that, I'm not going to be doing anything else in July. So there will probably only be the 2 videos that come out. I just wanted to take a little bit of a break. I am doing a lot of homeschool planning right now. I graduated my oldest daughter last year, and my youngest daughter is going into 10th grade this next year. I have multiple subjects that I'm actually creating the curriculum myself this year. So I am going to be working on that a lot in July, and I just don't want to take away from that to film very much. So unless something comes up that's really big, you won't see more than those 2 videos from me and that live show. I wanted to just put that on here now, so I don't have to say anything about it later. But the wrap up of my June books will probably come out not next week, but the week after that. So there won't be a video next week, and then there'll be a video, and then there won't be again until the very end of July. So anyway, I hope you're having a great reading month, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments.